sincerely tried to like and respect your mother, but she makes it impossible.
Darling, you're being unreasonable.
That's all I'm trying to do.
I haven't forgotten you. I never would.
Você sabe que eu não. Por isso eu insisto na verdade. Eu sinto é. Você sabe que a saudade. Você sabe que a saudade eu sinto esta. Por isso você sabe que eu não. Por isso eu insisto na verdade que eu sinto. Você sabe que eu sou. Você pode. Eu sinto é.
I promise.
Slide around with the
Hello, people.
Blue and red. Don't talk about all these lies, cause I'll split man's head. Hey, man, bring to dust your block. All I wanna is red. What? All I wanna is.
Hi!
Whoa, that was magical.
That was a cool intro, right?
That was a very cool intro.
What's up, stream? Good to see you guys.
Ooh, what up, people? How's it
Get some
going?
fire emojis in the chat.
Oh yeah, give us some fire. We love the fire, don't we?
Yeah.
Fire
See you, boys.
is the best. You too. How are you guys doing?
Better than you.
Better than me. Wow. Okay.
Right.
You've got me there, bro. I can't really
I
say
just
anything.
figured that one out.
It's simple quantum mechanics.
Oh yeah, of course.
Oh, we're not going to start this physics thing, are we?
Alright, fine, we won't.
The physics beef. I don't know if we're going there again, are we? I don't know.
Right.
Anyway.
Tell us the best thing you've done today, boys.
I need to open up the stream so I can see what people are saying. I have no idea
Yeah,
what people are saying.
make sure you open the stream. Best thing I've done today, bro.
Don't know.
That's a really
Tell me.
hard question.
James-related activity.
The James, what? Yeah. Well, my activity was seeing you guys. Yeah. Playing a bit of Lego. For those who don't know, that's part of my work at the moment. Just putting Lego together. It's the hardest job in the world.
Build Lego. That's such a cool job.
I think it's the hardest job in the world.
I don't think you're right at all.
It's a pretty tough job. You got to get it very accurately, and it's not just playing with Lego. It's like wrapping it up, putting it in a frame, all this kind of other stuff. Like it's not super.
Really hard, bro. Wow.
It's very hard.
So
What about you, Hamish, bro? What's the best thing you've done today?
I wrote about the Millennium Simulation.
Whoa.
Sorry?
That definitely tops what I did today. Can you explain that for us, mate?
Millennium Simulation. Yeah. A large n-body simulation that models the gravitational evolution of a cubic region of the universe 2 billion light years across.
Have you got the flashcard in front of you?
Did anyone get that? I didn't get that. I didn't get that.
It's a thing which makes pictures. Basically.
It's a thing that makes pictures. Yeah, a camera. So you study about cameras.
No, it's a simulation of the universe.
Your stimulation.
Wait, simulation or stimulation? Can we get a clear reading on it?
Sim. S-I-M.
Oh, yeah, you're that big.
Wow. Okay, Jibs, what's the best thing you did today, mate?
Bro.
What's the best thing I did today?
Yeah, what have you done today, bro?
I just finished eating some watermelon.
Is that the best thing you did today?
Yep.
Whoa, that is.
Stream. Put some stuff in the chat. I want to see some cool things.
I reckon what we should do is people in the chat. How about this? Let's try something different. How about using only emojis? You've got to describe what you've done this week.
That's a good. And then we'll shout out a couple of good responses.
Yeah, we're going to shout out what people have done. Tell us what you've done in emojis. Don't know. For me, it would just be like, well, there's no Lego emoji. A laptop emoji. Probably a cooking emoji.
So, yeah.
You done laptop?
Huh?
You done laptop?
Yeah, lap stock. Stocking up. I did some more pizza this week, boys. Made some more pizza. You'll be really proud of me. I made some pizza. Some real live pizza. Why haven't you had pizza? I gotta admit, my pizza's pretty decent.
This is my lunch.
That's your lunch?
What is that?
An empty packet of crisps. Wait, were there crisps in it before you ate them? Wait, you just ate the packet. All right, let's see.
Shout out to people, bro. I want to hear what people are doing.
Jonathan Wesley. Jonathan Wesley put. Is that
Jonathan Wesley
potato?
Potatoes.
Shout out Jonathan Wesley.
Tom Denman sleeping. Kiana said I had to leave dinner. Okay, that's not an emoji, right?
Yeah, not quite.
That's not emoji. We need some emojis, people. Hamish, if you had to choose an emoji for this week, what would you use?
I mean, I'm not a very emoji. I don't have a big library of emojis in my brain.
Whoa. Okay.
That's
an interesting way of putting it.
We have a waking up man or woman.
I don't think there's one, but okay.
Man.
A woman.
And then perhaps a porridge emoji.
A porridge emoji. I don't know if there's a porridge emoji. But that's
maybe
good
maybe like a scientist emoji.
Okay. I'll take that. Jibs, what would you do, bro?
Maybe a piano emoji as well.
Piano's pretty cool. What emojis would you use to describe your week?
The 100 emoji, fire emoji, and the fist bump emoji.
Wow. Can you say why those ones?
How is that what you've done, bro? How have you done 100?
He did 100 press-ups, he set himself on fire, and he punched himself.
100 fire bars.
I'm so confused.
We get it, you rat broke. Alright.
Alright, he's a bad man. What else people doing? Daniel put a gaming controller, YouTube and sleeping. Anna, books, knitting and cooking. That's cool. Esther's just been
Knitting.
sleeping.
I don't-
Knitting.
Jibs, you know what it is?
Huh?
You know what knitting is?
Yeah. It's the thing with.
Yeah. I actually learned to knit when I was about 10 years old at my grandma's house.
Oh, sorry.
Really?
You should have called that.
It was good. I made like a square thing.
Wow, a square thing. That's life changing. Jess has put food.
Josh is asking if I finished
School
recording the song.
What's the
Oh, yeah.
For those of you who don't know, me and Josh are releasing a song together. It's almost ready. Almost
That
ready.
deserves some
almost
fire
ready.
emojis.
I mean,
That'd be
you
pretty
guys
cool.
better all support it when it's up.
clap emoji?
Otherwise in trouble.
Fire
Yeah.
emoji.
Clap emoji. Give some claps. Alright, boys. I
Guys,
think
I'm
it's.
Anna got really
look at that.
offended and she said she's been crying not knitting.
Wait, what?
Fair enough.
Where did she say that?
So, you don't know, or do you, Hamish?
Alright,
Alright.
boys. Side of emojis, I'd really quite like to know the winner of this week's competition.
Mate, that's such a good question. Do you know what competition we did this week? We announced it on Sunday.
We did the one with the dressing up.
Yeah, it's called Dat Lockdown Look. Like dat, not that,
Wow.
dat. That's what the cool kids
DAT,
do.
guys, because they're cool.
DAT. What does DAT stand for? If it had stands for something.
Dope ass type. Oh, no. Dope as that.
Okay. Alright,
It's
okay.
like that, but like the dope one.
Alright, there we go. Anyway, we had some good entries into the competition. If you haven't seen them, check them out. We reposted some of them. But we have one winner. Last week we had two winners. This week we've got one winner because we got to give this person the glory for it. I don't know if this person is online, but that doesn't matter. We'll just spam him with messages after the stream.
Ready?
But this, I'm going to show it on screen. This is the entry from the one and the only Dan Molnar. Boom.
Woo!
Hamish, where's your explosion background, bro?
Yeah. Wait, say Dan Muller again.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. We'll cut back. The one and the only Dan Molnar. Boom.
Yeah.
Look at that outfit. Wow, he's got like a gas mask. He's got his balaclava on. He's got his gloves because you got to stay protected from the Rona and all.
Where did he get a gas?
Looks like a guy I used to know.
A guy you used to know. That's
Yeah.
a bit scary.
I used to know a guy that wore those clothes.
What? Hamish, I think you should rep a gas mask.
Me?
Yeah. I think you
We'll
should.
make gas marks merch.
Yeah. I think you should so do that. And
What's Dan
brand it.
getting? What's his price?
So his prize? That's a great question. I don't know. What should we give him as a prize, do you think?
You can have this Rapito wipe.
Oh,
that?
whoa. Okay, that's limited edition right there.
What's the Rapito, bro?
Wait, are you... What? Wait,
Wait, you can't
opened
open
it.
the prize,
You
bro.
just
Come on.
opened the prize, bro.
I need to check if it's good or not.
What?
If it works.
What?
Good what? What's a good wipe?
Like one that cleans properly. So I'm just
It's gonna
checking.
be pretty
know,
moist.
dude? Probably, bro.
Wait, Jibs, can
Huh?
you tell us, what does it smell of?
It smells of wipes.
Oh, that's
And
It's
depressing.
like a specific spell, that one.
Yeah. I was
Anyway.
gonna say, if
Yeah,
it was
Dan
like one of
Warner
those
can get this.
second-hand wipes, if it was one of those lemon wipes, it would be worth it.
Why don't we give him a voucher?
Yeah, I think we'll go for a
Yeah.
voucher. I think maybe an Amazon voucher? What do you think?
Woo!
I rate
That's
that.
pretty
yeah,
decent.
I'll
You could
buy me
like,
stuff from up.
you could buy anything you want on Amazon. You could buy books if you read books. Dan, I don't know if Dan reads books. You could buy more gas masks. No, maybe not on Amazon.
James, please don't list everything you can buy on Amazon.
I'm not gonna go there. I'm not gonna go there. We could be here for
Bro,
like
we know
hours.
that's what you do in your spare time.
That's literally what I spend my evenings doing, just thinking, what can I buy on Amazon? Shoelaces.
Boys, I think it's time we play the game.
I think it's
I
game
have a
time.
good idea.
All right, go on, bro. We're listening.
You know I like physics.
Yeah,
Alright.
it's
I've never known that, but you
been
know.
heard of.
All right. So here's my proposition. We play a counting game.
Ooh,
What?
a counting game.
Yeah,
I like to
I
count.
haven't thought of a cool name. I'm just gonna call it the counting game. The way the game works is that you're familiar with the concept of counting.
Usually.
Can you explain it? Can you explain it to us, please?
Yeah, I can explain it. You know, I actually learned to count cards one time.
Really?
But that's
Like
a whole nother.
1 card, 2 card, 3 card, like that kind of.
I like blackjack and stuff. I was like 16.
I can count cards. Anyway, Karen.
Yeah.
Yes, explain it.
Might sound boring at first, but it's actually fun. What we're gonna do is we have to go around in a circle, and we can say a maximum of 3 numbers in order. And whoever says 21 loses. For example, I'll go like 1, 2. James will go like 3, 4, 5. Jibs will go like 6, 7. I'll go like 8. And we keep going around, and then whoever gets 21 loses.
Sounds fun.
I haven't quite figured out what the loser does. So if you guys have any ideas, that would be fantastic.
Don't know. Jibs, what do you reckon for the loser?
To make a funny video.
A funny video? What, like a tutorial?
Yeah. A nerdy tutorial.
What about like the loser? The other 2 people who don't lose, they've got to choose something for the loser to take and like do like a nerdy like tutorial
nerdy?
review or something. Don't know.
Yeah. No, I'm on that. I'm
nerdy.
down.
Nerdy's not
I'm
bad.
down for that.
What do people think? Like a
We'll
nerdy
figure out who
review?
loses first, and then we'll go from there.
Okay, cool.
Alright,
Alright.
we'll go from there. We'll go from there.
Who wants to start? Wait. Someone put in the chat who's going to start.
Yeah, tell us who's going to start, people. Wait, loser buy the voucher for the winner to this week's challenge. That's not a bad idea. I like that, Dan. I like that. Yeah, tell us who's going to start. Someone tell us. Someone tell us. Ooh. Alright, Ben said John.
Alright, send
Alright.
it, bro.
You're the first
1,
one.
2, 3.
Wait, let's do a practice one so they get what's good.
Alright,
1,
and then up.
2, 3.
4,
5,
6, 7, 8.
9, 10, 11.
12, 13, 14.
15, 16, 17.
18, 19, 20.
Ah, 21. All right, so that was the practice round, right? That wasn't the real thing.
Alright, you boys familiar now? You get it?
All right, I get it. I'm on
Yeah,
board.
I saw your mind working there, bro. That was clever.
Yeah, it takes him a little bit of time to like buffer. What did you say?
Alright, ready?
Practice is key.
1,
Alright.
2, 3.
4, 5, 6.
7,
8, 9.
10, 11, 12.
13,
14.
I still don't want to lose.
14.
I'm scared.
Come on, James.
Wait, it's Hamish.
14, 15, 16, 17. Come on, James, get him.
18.
17.
19.
Ah, bro, come on.
Hamish!
all you, bro.
Hamish is
This
21.
week would have not got me.
All
So,
right,
Hamish, we get to pick 2 random items.
Well,
Yeah.
I want to hear what the chat are going to say I have to do, because let's get some punishments. In the
I don't
chat,
know.
because they might
I
be
think
bad.
we should do like the geeky like reviews. Like we got to pick stuff that you got to review.
Yeah.
Because you do like a funny like geeky voice, but don't know. What do people in the chat think? Daniel said this game is insane. I tell you what, I got a lot of anxiety playing this. It really puts you on
That's
edge,
not
doesn't
good.
it?
I think he said intense, bro.
Oh. Okay. What did I say?
Insane.
Oh, I think it's
Can't
pretty
really
insane
tell you.
as well. It's a pretty insane game.
Boys, hey, everyone comment below what you think Hamish should do.
I reckon you should do a makeup tutorial. That's not bad.
I don't know how to do that, but I could give it a go.
Do you have any makeup?
Wesley said Hamish has to rap. It will punish both Hamish and Jibs.
Nah.
That would be a punishment for me. Please don't rap, Hamish.
I'd pick the nerd over the rap.
Alright, you're good. You're
Alright.
good at a lot of things. Just rapping is not one of them.
At least he's better than me. We don't want to go there. What happened a few weeks ago?
Can I pick the nerd over the rapping, please?
All right, let's do the nerd
Yeah.
thing. So how about? So I've got to choose something, and then Jonathan has to choose something, and then you got to do
Hang on.
like a geeky review on them.
All right, fine.
All right, Jibs, what are you choosing, bro?
I have some items if you'd like me to show you.
Ooh, all right.
I don't know
go
if I
on.
can. I'm gonna put it on the chat real quick.
Show
I
us
got
some items.
this. Got this
What are they?
pen. I got a helmet thing.
A helmet?
I got a
Oh,
kit.
reflector.
Shark card. This is actually pretty dope. I used to say no, it's not actually. Damn, it can't be that one.
Have you got anything like nerdy or geeky with you?
I have. This is quite funny. I've never actually used this before, but I have a this.
Yep, that's my selection.
Ooh, ballista. All right.
All right, fine.
So that's your selection,
I-
and then I'm gonna choose. Was it like a clock or something there? Was there a clock?
Oh, this.
No, the other thing, the like square. Yeah, what's that? Is
I
that
mean, it isn't that cool.
what is it?
This is pretty dope.
Yeah.
We'll go
That.
for that. All right, do that first.
All right.
Do that first.
I'm gonna do this, but on my terms.
Wait,
All right. Wait there.
what is happening? I have no idea what he's
I'm so
doing.
excited for this. This is gonna be amazing.
Chips, what is he doing?
Getting
like-
geeky.
Do you reckon he's like changing his outfit?
I wouldn't be
Putting on-
surprised. I wouldn't put it past Hamish at all.
Putting on some like nerdy glasses or like a checkered shirt buttoned all the way up to the top.
Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy back with another episode. And thank you all for watching. It's your boy unboxing video 247. So I got a couple awesome items for you today. Let's take it off. So this is the really awesome first century ballista. So this is actually a weapon which was extremely effective in the Roman invasion of the Britain to repel the Celtic hordes and overrun their hill forts. So this is actually really awesome. It's got over 30 pre-cut and pre-drilled components, bowstring, as well as two wooden missiles with safety tips. Of course, the instruction manual.
Wait, can you say missiles again, bro?
Why don't we just missiles? Why don't we open it right up? First of all, it's got a great unboxing experience. You get straight into the manual, and then wow, look at all those pieces. Awesome. I'm gonna put this to the side, and I'm gonna review my second item for today. It's the Roots Equipment Alarm Clock. Compact design and aluminum steel. It's a great find for all alarm clocks.
Oh my.
You simply flick her open, well, like boom, and then bang. Check out that badass holographic display, guys. Awesome.
Wait, say holographic again?
Holographic. So this is actually really awesome. It's got three adjustments on the back, alarm on and off, and adjust on the back. It's actually a good thing about actually because I've been a bit of a noob on this one. Could have prepared earlier, but anyway, that's my unboxing video. Thanks for tuning in, guys. See you later.
Oh man, that was amazing. Come on, make
That
some
was
noise
good,
in
bro.
the chat.
See that guy? That guy was weird, man.
Man, that was so good. Tom Demmer said, "I want Hamish to constantly speak like this." Do you reckon you could do that for the rest of your life?
Boys, I have an idea.
Yeah, bro.
If 20 people enter this week's challenge, 20 youth enter this week's challenge, Hamish has to actually film that and like put it on YouTube.
I like that. We can put it on the Instagram as well.
Do a little private YouTube, only you can access it.
I think we should vote for this though. I don't think it's about whether you like or not, Hamish. I think we should vote about it.
Doesn't this already go on YouTube?
It does, but we want more, bro. And we
Yeah,
can put it on,
exactly.
we can put it on the YouTube as
It
well.
has to be a regular thing.
All right, out of us three, those in favour of if 20 or more people participate in this week's challenge, then Hamish is going to do another funny video review kind of thing. Say aye.
That's the first 20 is a lot. 20 is how many people is on the stream right now. If all of you do it, we're good.
Yeah.
No, that's not. Why don't we do like 50?
Nah, we'll say 20. We'll say
We
20.
actually want you to do it, bro.
Yeah,
Wait,
we
I
want to make
can't
it
win
really
here.
easy.
You guys majority. This is not fair.
Okay,
I don't
if
care.
2 people do it,
Wait, what do I actually have to do?
You just got to do like a funny review video like you just did.
oh no, before next week. Oh no, next week's Youth Online, you have to wait until we start content.
I have to what?
You have to keep that voice
Yeah, until we start the content.
in the stream next week. Like for the first like 15 or whatever minutes.
Be that character.
All right, are you good with that, Jibs?
What? It's not me. I don't. It's my flatmate. So we'll see if he's alright with
Yeah,
it.
flatmate. I didn't know I had a flatmate. Well, there you go. Let's have a new day. All right, lads, that was fun. Hey, before we move on, should we actually announce what the challenge is for next week?
Yeah.
Next
Yes.
Friday. So for those watching, if you were watching with us a few weeks ago, we did a fun little game, or Hamish gave us a fun little game, where what we did was we got toilet rolls and we literally just stacked them on our head. Alright?
Not like-
So what we're thinking is we're going to make it really super easy. But yeah, like that, but just a toilet roll. Make it super easy. You've got to get toilet roll. That's a cushion. And you've got to stack it on your head. I don't know, what, should we say how many people can stack it on the head? Or you got to post a video of like, you got to hold it in your head for 10 seconds or something?
No, not. It has to be a video because I think a picture you can fake it easy.
Yeah.
But a video.
And
You can
at
Photoshop
least
it.
a 1 second hold. We're looking
1
for
second hold.
stability, people.
Wait,
No,
what's-
I reckon 3 seconds.
I reckon 5 seconds. 3 seconds is nothing.
Alright.
5 seconds.
Quite a
1,
long
2, 3. I think last time we did it, I won because I had it for longer. Can I just say?
No, I think if you rewind the footage, you'll see that I won. But...
All right. Well, we'll review that for next week. We'll do some highlights, shall we? But yeah, how about this? You got to stack as many toilet rolls on your head, film yourself, and you got to hold it for at least. Okay, we'll do 3 seconds. How about that? Is that good?
Alright.
Sounds good, chef.
All right. Sounds good, G.
Hashtag
All right.
Verve Youth. What's the challenge called?
I don't know.
Do we do hashtag? I don't have Instagram, guys, so I don't know if hashtag is cool anymore. I'm
Should
trying.
we just call it like the roll challenge?
Yeah. Cool.
Sound good?
The roll. No, can we not
No?
call it the roll challenge?
All right, Jibs. If you got something better, mate, give it to us.
First of all, don't call me mate.
All right, love.
Wow.
It's getting personal now.
But there's 2 things he doesn't like. That's when you thumbs up him in text and when you call him mate.
To be fair, I'm not a fan of the thumbs up.
I
I'm gonna
thumbs
send you
up
a
him in
thumbs
te-
up and write mate next to you. All right, Jibs, what should we call it real quick before
Tell
we
me a
move on?
thumbs up, I'm blocking you straight away.
All right, what should we call it real quick?
The toilet paper back in head challenge.
What?
Great.
Great.
Cool.
Wait,
Next.
say it one more time. I didn't catch it.
Toilet paper on head, bro.
Toilet paper on head challenge. Boom. There we go. Moving on. All right. Hey, welcome
That's
to.
awesome.
There we go. Oh,
Some people.
I knew it wasn't the flatmate.
Wait, no. We've actually got a lot of good names on the chat.
Oh.
Amy said on a roll. Ben said high roller. Tom said on a roll.
Ooh.
Roll with it. Roll.
Hashtag
I like
stack
roll
and
with it.
whacker.
Nah, I think it should be called hashtag roll with it.
Oh, flip! Dan Mullen
Yeah,
is
I
on
said
the
that.
is on the stream. I didn't know if he's on the stream or not. He's on.
Oh,
Sorry if I didn't see you,
come
bro.
on, congrats. Good work.
Well done, bro. Congrats. Anyway,
Yeah, the challenge is called the hashtag roll with it challenge.
hashtag roll with it challenge. There we go.
Sounds awesome.
Boom. There we go. All right, lads. I think we should move on. But hey, welcome and thank you for joining us for Youth Online on Friday. Happy May, by the way, because we're now in May, which is just ridiculous that we're already in May. I don't know how that's possible, but we
May
are.
like 4 times in that sentence.
May. That's 5. All right, anyway, happy May. But it's great to have you guys here tonight. What we're going to do something a little bit different. If you're with us on Easter Sunday for Church Online, they played this really cool kind of music instrumental video thing that they made with different people around the church. Filmed it separately, put it together. It looks amazing. So we thought it would be really cool. So we're going to play it for you guys tonight if you didn't see it. So we're going to roll it on now. And yeah, hope you guys enjoy it. We will be back in 2 seconds. See you soon.
Precious blood has left me forgiven, pure like the whitest of snow, full to make sin and shame retreat. His covenant is making me whole. So I will rise and lift my head, for by his mercy my life was spared. The highest name has set me free. Because of Jesus, my heart is clean. Purify my heart in your presence. Teach me to discover the joy of holiness that forms as you draw me close. In you what was lost is restored. So I will rise and lift my head, for by his mercy my life was spared. The highest name has set me free. Because of Jesus, my heart is clean. So I will rise and lift my head, for by his mercy my life was spared. The highest name has set me free. Because of Jesus, my heart is clean. So I will rise and lift my head, for by his mercy my life was spared. The highest name has set me free. Because of Jesus, my heart is clean. Because of Jesus, my heart is clean.
That was amazing. That was amazing. That was so good.
I love the video.
Yeah.
All right, boom, I'm back. That was amazing.
Simon on the drums.
Right, boom. Simon smashed it on the drums. Hey, let us know in the chat if you love that or not. I think that was amazing.
Smashed it on the drums.
James,
can we like kick people off the stream?
can we kick people off the stream? Why?
Yeah. Because as Hamish told you guys earlier, I don't like it when people send me thumbs up and text message. Jonathan Wesley just sent me a thumbs up. So I think we need to remove him.
We're not going to kick him, bro. We'll see. Hopefully he doesn't do it again. Anyway, guys, we hope you really enjoyed that. We hope you really enjoyed that song, because that's called Clean by Hillsong United. And yeah, so we, like I said, we played it on Sunday morning, on Easter Sunday. And we just love, like, I love the lyrics. I'll just read some of the lyrics real quick. Like the chorus goes like this. So I will rise and lift my head, for by his mercy my life was spared. The highest name has set me free, because of Jesus my heart is clean. Then one of the verses goes, purify my heart in your presence. Teach me to discover the joy of holiness that forms as you draw me close. In you what was lost is restored. I think they're just such powerful words, and really recommend, like, you know, just go away and crazy with a thumbs up. Like, feel free to go away and listen to that song again, because it's a really cool song. But I just want to focus on one small little bit of it. For those who were here last week, I was just kind of sharing on a kind of a mini message, if you want to call it that, called Such a Time as This. And we were kind of looking at how, you know, in this time, it's so easy just to kind of look at this whole lockdown thing as such a time to just, you know, just chill out, take it easy, do nothing, you know, in a way, you know, allow it just to be kind of a negative season. But actually, we believe, you know, actually God doesn't want that. God wants so much more from this. That actually, you know, the Bible says that God can turn anything into good for those who love him. So that's you and that's me. And how actually God wants to use this time to actually use us, so that we can actually step up in our lives, and actually he can use us. And I think last week in the chat we got people to respond saying, use me. And the response we got was amazing. Like, so many people saying, use me, God, use me in this season. And we really believe God wants to use us in this season. And I think the biggest way that he can use us in this season is by just influencing the people around us, whether that's your friends or your family, whoever it is. Like, you know, we have this opportunity to be the light in the darkness. You know, when all that's going on, you know, it can be a little bit overwhelming, or it could be a bit confusing or uncertain, but actually the only thing that is certain this time is God. And so we can actually share that with other people. We can bring that kind of brightness in people's lives. But I think part of this whole thing of God using us is actually, there's a joy when God uses us. Like, it's not like we're just doing chores at home. Like, I remember when I lived with my parents, I used to have to do the hoovering every week, and I used to hate it. And I probably used to actually realistically do it every month. But like, actually, when God uses us, it's actually a joyful thing. It's not a chore, but actually it can fulfill us. It can make us feel joyful. And there's this verse that I just want to look at real quick, which we're going to do a bit of wizardry and whack it up on the screen. And it goes like this. So it's James 1:2-3, and I'm not just choosing James because it's a really good name. But it says this: Dear brothers and sisters, when troubles of any kind come your way, consider it an opportunity for great joy. For you know that when your faith is tested, your endurance has a chance to grow. And I just underlined that bit where it says an opportunity for great joy. And that's kind of where I just want to land on today, is actually, you know, in this time with stuff going on, you know, it's like I said, it's easy to either be on the side of you're fearful, or, you know, maybe it's a bit anxious of what's going on, a bit uncertain, you don't really know how things are going to go. Or maybe you're on the other side and you're like, I don't really care what's going on, I'm just going to sit around and do nothing and just chill and just play games and watch Netflix and do whatever. But actually in this season, God wants to bring us joy. Like we spoke about last week, how he wants to use us, but also at the same time, he wants us to live a joyful life in this time. And like it says in this Bible verse, when troubles of any kind come your way, and I don't know about you, but I definitely call the coronavirus a trouble. Like, it's definitely no small thing that's going on at the moment. But actually, like it says, this is an opportunity for great joy. It's not just an opportunity to do nothing with our lives. It's not just an opportunity just to take it easy and to chill out. It's not just an opportunity to be scared of what's going on, but actually, it's an opportunity for great joy. And the thing with joy is that it's so different from happiness. See, happiness is just a feeling that we can get where maybe someone gives you a present, or maybe you win the voucher for the competition, whatever it is. That might make you happy. But happiness is only like a temporary kind of thing. Whereas joy, it's more of a decision, and it's more of like a thing in your heart of actually things might be going bad at the moment. You know, coronavirus might be doing some crazy stuff. We might be in lockdown. I might not be able to see my friends. I might not be able to see my grandparents or whoever. But I can still be joyful because I know that God is in control, and that He loves me, and that He's a good God, and that He wants to protect me. So that's really just what I want to land on today, is that actually we can actually choose to have joy in this season. Like, it's not all just doom and gloom. Like, I know the news can always, you know, be a little bit overwhelming with what's going on and the lockdown, everything that's going on, how many deaths there are, these kind of things. But actually, you know, I think there's actually something special about being joyful in this season. And just to wrap it up, I just want to kind of leave us with a bit of a challenge tonight, this Friday night. And you know, I don't know what your life looks like. I don't know what you're going through. I don't know how easy or hard you're finding things at the moment. But actually, I want to challenge us that as we go, you know, through this season, to actually make a decision to be joyful. And I think what that looks like is actually identifying the things around us which might be blessings, which might be God things, which might be, you know, good and positive things around us. Like maybe you have family with you, that's positive. You have people around you. Maybe you have work. I don't know what it looks like, but you know, just kind of identifying the positives in our lives and not always just looking at the bad stuff, not always just focusing on the negative things around us, but actually saying, you know, I don't have to be fearful, I don't have to be afraid, but actually I could be joyful because of this, because of that, because of this, because of that, because I've got a God who loves me and He cares about me, because I got family, because I got friends, because I got a house that I can live in, because I got food that I can eat. You know, even just the smallest things, I think it's so important to focus on these kind of things and actually say, it doesn't matter what's going on around me, but actually I can be joyful and choose to actually focus on these things. And just like it says at the end, for you know that when your faith is tested, your endurance has a chance to grow. And I think actually, you know, in this season, one positive thing to look at is actually when we come out of this on the other side, we're all going to be bigger people. We're all going to be stronger people. Like I really do believe that this is a bit of a make or break situation, but God wants to use it as a make situation. Like He wants to make us better. He wants to make us stronger people, more faithful people. So that's really kind of what I want to share today. Jibs, how about you just kind of pray for us with that, with helping us be joyful?
Yeah, Father, thank you so much that you love us and that you call us your children. And God, I just declare over every young person watching this stream right now, God, that you will fill their hearts with joy. God, I thank you that we should count it joy when we go through trials, because you use that for our gain and for our benefit. You make things work together for our good. So God, I just pray that this week you just really show us what it's like to be joyful, God. I thank you that that's something we get because we're your children. I pray in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Thanks, bro. Appreciate that. Hey, Mitch, what's up? Tell us.
Yeah, awesome. James, that's so good, man. Thanks for that.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, guys, we love you all. Thanks for joining in on the stream. It sucks we don't get to hang out like we usually do. If you are new to the stream, we're usually hanging out every Friday in groups. And then every 3-4 weeks we're hanging out. Just us, and then on the other 3 to 4 weeks we have United Nights where we're all gathering. We miss that. Keep in Instagram and the news, I guess, more for when we're gonna have that again. But yeah, stay connected. It's harder and it's not as kind of easy to hang out, because obviously hanging out in person is better than hanging out on text message. But
totally,
there are 3 main ways. Let me put 3. Number 1 being get in a group. If you are in a group, then keep hanging out with those dudes or girls. If you aren't, though, give the not Facebook. No one uses that anymore. Instagram, a message we can get you
on the ground.
Number 2, follow the Verve You social media.
Boom.
You just have to do that. Number 3, check out the City Coast website. There's a bunch of different resources. If you need prayer, there's like a prayer link thing. What's it called? Church. What's
Church
the website called?
Oh, citycoast.church.
Boom. There you
go.
Yeah.
Hamish, do you know what the youth Instagram tag is?
What's tag mean?
I love it how like illiterate you are to social media. Like, what's the username for Verve Youth?
Verve Youth.
Close enough. Verve.youth. That's pretty close.
Pretty close.
We'll give you that. We'll give you that.
I think
we've got it. Well, hey, make sure you take part in the toilet. What's it called? Hashtag. I can't remember what the name is. Hashtag roll with it challenge. Make sure you get those toilet papers on your head. Film a video, 3 seconds, post it, tag us, win. That's how it works. But hey, boys, it's been lovely hanging out, hasn't it? It's great to be able to be together virtually. And hey, if you didn't know, on Sunday we have church online. All right, so we might not be meeting physically, but we have church on the line where we put Hamish. No, I'm kidding. We have church online. That'd be funny if like church online is just playing, and all of a sudden, boom, Hamish just pops up on the screen. I don't know. Maybe we see if we can make that happen on Sunday. I don't know. But yeah, 10 o'clock on Sunday morning, we have a service online. Like Hamish said, go to the website citycoast.church and then click church online. So that's 10 o'clock. But for those sleepyheads out there who maybe aren't awake at 10 a.m., I don't know who that is. Jonathan, do you know who that is, bro?
Me? No. I'm always awake at 10 a.m.
It might be you, I don't know. But for those people who aren't awake at 10 o'clock, at 4 o'clock, boys, say 4 o'clock.
5 o'clock.
4 o'clock.
Okay. -1 Jibs.
-1 Jibs. What?
Okay. 4 o'clock.
5 o'clock in the PM.
4 in the PMs, we have Church Online Youth Edition, where we're going to be hanging out, we're going to have the service, and we're going to be hanging out a little bit more. It's going to be a lot of fun, a bit of banter, bit of worship, a bit of a message, a bit of everything really, which, you know, it's a nice little mix. So make sure you're online, 10 o'clock or 4 o'clock. We'll love to see you there. Guys, it's been amazing hanging out, and we shall see you soon. It's been lovely. We'll see you on Sunday. Peace out, everyone. See you soon.